Plumbing pipes, namely PVC or CPVC. Question: are PVC and PVC the same pipes? The answer, I'm not exactly positive, but I think they're different pipes. So the PVC here on the right, now keep in mind this is a 3/4, this is a 1/2 inch, and this is PVC. So if you run to the parts store and you pick up a piece of, you need a piece of PVC and you get this pipe, well, you may be okay as long as you get the right size. But if you're doing something with the hot water side and you pick up this particular pipe, the PVC pipe, then you may have to go back and get another, get the correct pipe. So, question: PVC and CPVC, the differences. PVC can be used on the cold water side. Generally speaking, it may be, in my opinion, it may be frowned upon in the industry to use PVC on the hot side. Now, CPVC can be used on the hot or the cold side. So, and now one other thing to keep in mind: if you go to the parts store and you come back with a fitting and say you're looking for a 3/4 inch PVC fitting, and you get a CPVC fitting, and you come back and it's 3/4, and you think, well, this is fine, everything's fine, I've got a 3/4, it'll be fine. Well, the one looks a little yellowish and the other one looks a little whitish. However, the size differences may be different. So you may be back to the store to get the proper size. So if you're working with PVC, you need a PVC fitting. If you're working with CPVC, you need a CPVC fitting. So they may be different and they may be different sizes. And you say, well, 3/4. One would think that's a good train of thought. However, sometimes that's not the way it works in the plumbing industry. So just know your pipe and know what particular pipe you're working with before you make a 2-mile or 5-mile trek to the store, or however far you have to drive, or even around the block to get a part. When you're dealing, and think of PVC in cold water terms, like in the yard, main water line. There's multiple uses of it. Think of CPVC is used on the hot and the cold side. So there are differences between, and the PVC has kind of a white looking color, and the CPVC to me strikes me as kind of almost like a beige, an off, not exactly just a bright white. It's like an off color, maybe like a beige or that color. So there are different colors. So when dealing with your particular pipes, know the difference between the PVC and know the difference between the CPVC. And yes, perhaps there may be differences in sizes of the fittings. So if you've got a 3/4 inch CPVC fitting, it may not fit onto the PVC. If you've got a 3/4 PVC fitting, it may not fit onto the 3/4 inch CPVC. So know what type of pipes you're dealing with. Often people will call me and they're like, I got PVC. And I'm like, well, and then I get them to describe what they're talking about. Once they start describing, I'm like, well, that's not exactly, that's CPVC, not PVC. So there are somewhat perhaps differences between the two. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.